For most of us, shoveling snow is the only form of human-powered snow removal we have ever experienced. Shoveling snow works okay if you need to clear a relatively small area, but it uses your arms and back to do most of the work. This motion can wear you out pretty quickly, especially if you need to clear way more snow than just a sidewalk or a driveway. Like, for example, a bike path.
So now we're in the bike path, which has not been plowed. We're just pushing through a little bit of snow, but it's not too bad.
Now, riding through a little bit of snow is okay, but this winter the snow just kept piling up. It pretty much became impossible to ride the 1 kilometer of bike path that I needed to ride every morning. So what am I supposed to do? Just give up and drive a car like everyone else? Well, of course not. The obvious answer is to just design my own plow that I could pull behind my bike and clear the bike path myself. Duh.
So I settled on a V-plow design. I did this because if you go with a straight blade plow and you have to move the snow to one side or the other, you need quite a bit of weight on the vehicle to keep it tracking straight. But the V-plow is self-centering and I could tow it behind me instead of having to push it in front of me. So this works great if you have to clear a long, narrow, relatively straight path like the bike path that I'm clearing right now. So V-plow it is.
I made the first prototype by just screwing together some scrap wood. I used the trailer hitch from a bike trailer to pull the plow, and I was surprised at how well it worked. The first test told me that it was worth investing some time into a proper design. So I hopped into OnShape and started designing a plow. I chose 60 degrees for the plow angle to help cut through the snow more easily than a 90-degree plow, but also give me enough width to clear a path wide enough for my trailer. My plan is to 3D print a nose piece that would manage all of the complex geometry. The rest of the plow can just be some boards, no complex carpentry required. The boards are also slightly angled upward to help lift the snow up out of the way. Now that the tow plow version 2.0 is finished, it's time to head to the bike path and test it out.
I've got the V-plow, the tow plow version 2.0 behind me. I'm making my second pass, so it's a little easier. That first pass sure is a slog, but as you can see, it does a pretty good job.
This first test was with about 15 centimeters of snow. The plow performed well. The only thing that I noticed was that sometimes the plow would oscillate back and forth. It also tended to float up on top of the snow sometimes, so it needed a bit of weight to hold it down. So it's back to the workshop to add a weight.
It's kind of fun.
I bet, yeah. I mean, I love my e-bike, but it's packed up in the basement right now. I'm like, holy cow.
I wish I had an e-bike.
That's not an, oh my God. You're just on the,
It's a single
you're
speed.
a beast.
The next snowstorm was a doozy, and there was no way I'd be able to pull the plow with my bike. I instead tried it with my backcountry skis using the climbing skins that would normally help me climb a mountain. I used some old webbing to create a harness that I could slip around my waist. This actually worked great, and I was able to pull with way more force than the bike, although it was slow going with the skis. It took me about half an hour to clear 1 kilometer of bike path with 2 passes. I would estimate I could clear about 5 kilometers in a little over an hour. That's 5,000 square meters per hour. To put it in perspective, a typical American driveway is only 50 square meters.
So I am back at it, plowing the bike path, Assabet River Rail Trail between White Pond Road and 117. But this time I gotta break out the skis because there's no way I'm gonna pull this plow with the bike. But the skis are doing a pretty good job. It's just like a big mountain simulator, I guess. I'm climbing a really big mountain.
The tow plow version 2.0 didn't really handle the deep snow very well, so you know what that means. It's back to the workshop to design a new version of the plow. So I revved up OnShape in the 3D printer, bought some more lumber, screwed it together, and back to the bike path for a new test. This was definitely an improvement. As you could see, more snow was being piled up instead of falling back into the path. This is the final version of the design for now, but who knows, as time goes on, I'll probably tweak it, make it better, and improve the design further. But spring is around the corner, so I doubt I'll be doing any of that anytime soon. I hope you found this video interesting, entertaining, informative, or just plain weird. I'm okay with all those. I think the best part of this project was interacting with other trail users and seeing their appreciation and or confusion about some lunatic clearing the bike path using human-powered snow removal techniques. See you later. Bye.